We just learned it. Lo acabamos de aprender. Now we'll go with non-defining clauses. Let's read the slide. Freddy, please help me to read the slide, please.
Okay. A type of relative clause, a non-defined relative clause, tell us more about the subject of sentence, but the information doesn't help to define what we're talking about. The information included in the clause is extra. It's not essential for understand the sentence. For this reason, a non-defining relative clause might also be called a non-essential relative clause.
Very good. Okay. In non-defining clauses, we have longer sentences. In non-defining, we have longer sentences. For example, number 1, Juan Carlos, please read example number 1.
Who has been baking for years may ask hotcakes.
So my mom, who has been baking for years, made us cupcakes. Number 2, Rocio, please read number 2.
Okay, I walk to school with my friend whose house is next door to mine.
Okay. Your microphone is possessed by a demon, the demon that Jair evoked last time. Su micrófono suena como something like that. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's you need to unplug it and plug it again. Rocio. Okay, Jair, number 3.
I walk to school with my friends whose
Number
house
three,
is the
number
next.
3.
Oh, pardon. My friend who is I've known for years came to my house today.
Thank you, thank you. Alejandro, number 4.
The library, which is full of books, is my favorite place to go.
Very good. Janet, the leisure center.
The leisure center where I go swimming in just across town.
Thank you. Okay, so we have longer sentences here. My mom, who has been baking for years, made us cupcakes. What happened if I delete this part? The sentence still makes sense. The sentence still makes sense. My mom made us cupcakes. But guess what? I want to share that my mom has been baking for years. Who asked me that information? Nobody. Like in Spanish, ¿y quién le preguntó? No one, but I want to share. My mom, who has been baking for years, made us cupcakes. I walk to school with my friend. The sentence makes sense. I understand the sentence. If I delete this part, but I want to share and specify, right, that I walk to school with my friends whose house is next door to mine. His house or her house is next door to mine. Están juntas. Again, my friend came to my house today. If I delete this part of the sentence makes sense. My friend came to my house today. But I want to say, my friend, whom, quien he conocido por años, vino a mi casa hoy. ¿Quién me preguntó esa información de mi amigo? Nadie. Entonces, esta información is not defining the subject. That's why we call them non-defining clauses. The information is extra. I am sharing extra information. Let's go to the next example. The library, which is full of books, is my favorite place to go. I can say, the library is my favorite place to go. I can say, and the sentence is correct, and the sentence makes sense. But I want to say, the library, who is full of books here, there, over there, full of books, is my favorite place to go. And the last one, the leisure center. The leisure center is just across town. It's just across town. But I want to specify that the leisure center where I go swimming is just across town. Quiero especificar que este es el lugar donde yo voy a nadar. That's why we call them non-defining clauses. Good?
Teacher, could you share the before slide? One moment, please. Yes. Thank you, teacher.
Welcome. Okay. Now, I want you to observe that the non-defining clauses includes commas. Can you see the comma here? Comma. 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 Yes? Ooh, yeah. Yes, teacher, you are amazing. These guys. Ustedes son como mis tortugas, ¿saben? No sé si tienen hambre, si tienen frío, si están tristes, si están felices. Communication, guys. Yes,
Teacher,
yes.
how is your turtle?
Mis tortugas están nadando y yo no sé si les duele algo, si tienen hambre, si tienen frío. Cuando yo les digo, hey, are you ready? Por ahí, por misericordia, dice uno, yes, teacher. You hurt my feelings, you see? You hurt my feelings. Ah, pero digo, pongo música de Bad Bunny. Yeah. Oh, yeah, teacher, yes. These guys.
Teacher, ¿se las pone a competir? You...
¿A compartir?
No, sus tortugas. Your turtle.
My turtles?
You... Competir.
¿A competir? No.
Sí.
¿Como carreras de tortugas?
Sí. Yes,
No,
teacher.
no. They are in a little pool. Yeah, I have 7 turtles. I love turtles. Okay, so Let's learn now the differences between defining and non-defining clauses. Defining clauses. First, they don't include commas. They don't include commas. Non-defining include commas. Example. I called my brother who lives in Ontario. Non-defining, my brother who lives in Ontario is older. Let's analyze this rule, okay? In non-defining, we always have necessary information. In non-defining, the information is extra, which means that I can delete this part of the sentence. My brother is older. Acá no puedo eliminar nada. I called my brother. En este escenario, yo tengo más de un hermano. Entonces, como tengo más de un hermano, si yo digo, I called my brother, what brother? I don't know. So it's necessary that I specify, that I define that is my brother who lives in Ontario and not my brother who lives in Guatemala. So I am not able to delete anything, right? Here, no, I can't delete. In non-defining, my brother is older. En este escenario, yo solo tengo un hermano. Solo uno. Entonces, yo puedo omitir la información y no necesito especificar que es mi hermano que vive en Ontario, porque solo tengo uno. No tengo que diferenciarlo de los demás porque solo tengo uno. Pero estoy diciendo, my brother is older. Es mayor que yo. Y la oración sigue teniendo sentido cuando es non-defining. Non-defining, ¿por qué? Porque esta información no es relevante, es extra. Esta información, who lives in Ontario. ¿Quién me lo preguntó? Nadie. Yo solamente quiero compartirlo como algo extra. Solo estoy mencionando que vive en Ontario, pero no estoy utilizando esta información para diferenciarlo de otros, porque solo tengo un hermano.
Pero ¿y si tiene dos, teacher?
Si tiene dos, ya sería defining. Aquí ya sería defining. En este escenario de acá, acá sí tengo más de un hermano. Por eso tengo que especificar who lives in Ontario. No puedo eliminar esta parte. En defining me ayuda a diferenciar. En non-defining no lo necesito porque en ese escenario solo tengo un hermano. Y siempre ven las comas. You see, comas. Rule number 2. Defining clauses. We can use that. Pay attention to this rule. We can use the pronoun that. That es para personas y cosas, animales. For example, that's the mug which I bought in Paris. In defining clauses, I can say, that's the mug that I bought in Paris. And I am good. I didn't know the man who was there. Who was there? No conocía el hombre que estaba ahí. Sí, ya se me está pegando lo colombiano. Sí, pero puedo utilizar.
Colombiano, profe.
I can say, no, I didn't know, no conocía el hombre que estaba allí. quién o qué, I can use them. But in non-defining clauses, I am not able to use that. Let's see an example. These bikes, which cost a fortune, are made in Japan. Con that podemos reemplazar, voy a escribirlo acá, con el pronoun that podemos reemplazar who y which para en el caso de personas, people, things, and animals. I can use that, but only for defining clauses only. I am not able to use that in non-defining. For example, let's use the example of my mom. My mom, who has been baking for years, made us cupcakes. My mom, who has been baking for years, has made up cupcakes. This is a non-defining clause. Esta es una non-defining. ¿Sí? Porque yo puedo eliminar partes de la oración y la oración sigue teniendo sentido. My mom made us cupcakes. Utilizo el pronombre who. En una defining clause, yo puedo sustituir el who o el which con that. Pero en inglés no se escucha bien. It doesn't sound good if you say my mom that has been baking for years made us cupcakes. This is incorrect. No podemos usar that. Why? Grammar rule. No se escucha bien. Es un poco como despectivo.
Teacher. Entonces solamente utilizamos el that con objetos.
En defining clauses.
Ah, ok. Gracias.
Lo mismo que el ejemplo de acá. The same here. These bikes is not a person. Aquí usamos which. Pero en una non-defining clause, como pueden ver acá tiene comas, no puedo decir these bikes that cost a fortune are made in Japan. Es como se escucha mal para el inglés americano.
Teacher, I don't understand the difference between de las dos.
Que la diferencia entre esta y esta. The difference between this and this.
Yes.
Well, the rule says that we can use that. That. Basically, when we use that, cuando usamos that, es porque lo sustituimos por who o por which. That es para personas y para animales, pero solo cuando yo hago oraciones como esta. That's the mug that I bought in Paris. Cuando tengo una oración más larga como non-defining, con las comas, y estoy compartiendo información extra del sujeto que nadie me preguntó, no puedo decir that. En non-defining clauses no podemos decir that. Ahorita voy a explicar unos ejemplos en el whiteboard. Vamos a terminar acá nada más. In defining clauses, relative pronouns can be omitted. In non-defining, that's not the case. That's not the case. For example, do you like the song I wrote? ¿Le gusta la canción yo escribí? Así se escucha en español, pero en inglés no. En inglés puede estar el that y el which tácito. ¿Qué significa tácito? Invisible, se sobreentiende, sobreentendido. Do you like the song which I wrote? Do you like the song that I wrote? ¿Le gusta la canción que escribí? If I say, do you like the song I wrote? Lo mismo se traduciría. ¿Le gusta la canción que escribí? That's the man I like. That's the man who I like. That's the man that I like. Por ejemplo, en algunas oraciones de non-defining podemos omitir, de defining, podemos omitir el relative pronoun. En algunos casos. Y esos casos son cuando son seguidos del sujeto más el verbo. We can omit who, which, and that when they are followed by subject and verb. That's the subject. That's the verb. In non-defining, relative pronouns cannot be omitted. We cannot omit who or which. They introduced me to John, who I liked immediately. Acá no puedo decir, they introduced me to John, I liked immediately. Ahí no podemos. Ya no podemos.
Teacher, because the next word is immediately, we cannot omit. Yes.
And no exactly. We cannot omit the relative pronoun in a non-defining clause.